like you all to stand and face the American flag in the back corner of the auditorium. We pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States and to the republic for which it stands. One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. This is an official school event. And such it is, and because it is an official school event, there is to be no consumption of alcoholic beverages. So we have a Coke bar that's open. Just go up if you feel like something to drink. Let the bartender know, and he'll take care of you. Thank you. My name is Paul Stafford. I introduced myself before. I'm current president of the Lchs Alumni Association. I want to say hello and good evening to the soon-to-be classical graduates, family members, invited guests, and especially the present sponsors of their representatives of the Name Scholarship Program for the Lchs Alumni Association. Tonight, I'm going to divide my remarks into two parts because I have some exciting and wonderful announcement to make. This is the second year of the next 2 million era of the Lchs Alumni Scholarship Program. Last year, we did exceed the $1 million mark. In 1995, a small group of classical alumni and friends led by then Principal at Costin met and decided to create the Alumni and Friends of Lynn Classical High School Incorporated Alumni Association. As part of its mission to help classical students prepare for their life beyond high school, the Lynn Classical named an Alumni Scholarship Program was established, and in June 1996, 10 scholarships were awarded, totaling $5,000. Tonight, I am absolutely thrilled to announce that we will continue the scholarship tradition when we award 82 scholarships, totaling $95,568. This will bring the total number of scholarships awarded to deserving classical students to 1,277 since 1996, for a grand total of $1,367,451.14. Don't ask me where the 14 cents comes from. I don't know. This is an outstanding achievement for an urban high school alumni association. The heart of this success is the numerous number of named scholarship sponsors who throughout the last 22 years have been the backbone of the Lynn Classical High School Alumni Association. And we have present with us tonight some of those sponsors or their representatives, and I would like them to stand and receive their recognition. Thank you so very, very much for your generous contribution. Before I continue, I'd like to also thank some people. I'd like to thank my committee members who met to make the selection of the recipients tonight. Pat Lee is here, Maxine is here, I'm here, and I think that's all. Is there any other members here? Okay, and Chris Lambert. I also want to thank the young people at the back manning the buffet table. They're all members of the the National Honor Society, and they're giving their time tonight to help us in this program. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, I do want to thank all of the sponsors of the Name Scholarship Program, because they are in fact a true backbone. They're the ones that are responsible for most of you people being here. The Alumni Association itself, out of the 82 scholarships tonight, is presenting 10. I believe it's 10. And the rest of that number comes from classical alumni and friends of alumni who are giving back to the school. They do it in terms of, on a yearly basis, or they make a long-term contribution, and also through memorial scholarship funds in memory of former classical alumni who have passed on. And we have a couple of business scholarships, such as the GE. So I want to thank all of the sponsors. And I would be remiss if I didn't thank my lovely wife over here. I'm just a pretty face. Well, actually, she's both a pretty face and the workhorse. She puts an ungodly number of hours into this program. Thank you very much for that. Okay, on behalf of the Board of Trustees of the Alumni and Friends of Lynn Classical High School, I congratulate you, the recipients of this year's Alumni Scholarship Awards. You have come here tonight as successful, achieving students. It has been a long, hard, difficult journey as well for some of you. Be proud of your accomplishments. I mean that. Be proud of what you've accomplished in your school career up to this point. Be thankful to your parents for their love, for their encouragement, and especially sacrifice. Because when you become parents, you realize yourself, when you have your children, just how much your parents sacrifice for you. So thank them for that. So, and especially sacrifice that they have made to help you get here tonight. Be thankful for your teachers, who throughout the years have provided you with the educational foundation that helped you arrive here tonight. And last of all, give thanks to yourselves for taking every step that has led you here tonight. And now I'd like you to stand up and give yourselves a resounding round of applause. You've earned it. Now, we have with us the current Deputy Superintendent of Lynn Public Schools, secondary education level, soon to become our new Superintendent of Public Schools, Patrick Tudweiler. Patrick, would you stand up?
Good evening, everyone. Okay, I think people are starting to get used to me. All right, I do the call and response thing. So thank you, Mr. Stafford. My name is Pat Tutwiler. I am the Deputy Superintendent of the Lynn Public Schools, and I am really, really happy to be here. And to be clear, I'm here for 2 reasons this evening. Right? The first is because I want to. I think that this event really reflects and encapsulates what I love about the city of Lynn. The second reason is to extend to the scholarship recipients a heartfelt congratulations on behalf of the current superintendent, Dr. Latham. She has many skills, many abilities, but she's not yet perfected the art of being in 2 places at one time. The Lynn Tech graduation is going on right now, so she's right down the street over there. So quickly, I had a conversation with your devoted principal, Mr. Constantino, this afternoon, and I asked, what do you think the scholarship recipients want to hear from me? And he said, Pat, you can say whatever you want, just be brief and profound. And if you can't be profound, you better be brief. So I think I'm going to go with the brief thing, and I just want to say this. I think this evening you're going to receive, well, actually 4 things. You're going to receive dinner, which is good. You're going to receive our heartfelt congratulations and thanks for all of your contributions as Lynn Classical Rams. Right? You're going to receive two other things. You're going to receive a scholarship, which you all know about, which is wonderful, will help offset the expenses tied to the next step in your life. And you're going to receive one of those mugs over there. The mug's important. I know to the casual observer, scholarships up here, mug it's nice, it's down here. But I respectfully ask you to reconsider, and I'll tell you why. Those people who know me well know that I sip from a University of Texas mug every day. Shirley, do I not?
Every day.
Every day. And people think I did not go to the University of Texas, my mother did. People think, oh, he's a University of Texas fan. No, I raise that mug every day in appreciation for all the sacrifices my mother gave for me and my brother to be successful, to realize our dreams. I drink from that mug every day, and I think that, and I say thank you. When I talk to her next, I'll tell you we're applauding for her. Mr. Stafford stole my thunder a little bit. When you receive that mug carries with it significance, heavy meaning, right? First, it means that you're part of an exclusive club. I've been to classical many, many times. There are more than 80 seniors there, right? You are part of an exclusive group. I know that the scholarship committee spent hours scrutinizing the applications, the merits of the applications, the contributions. You are in an exclusive group. That mug is representative of that. It also represents what I love about this community. There's a group in this town that wants to see you do well, that wants to see you succeed. Some of them stood up earlier today. I know that the Lchs Classical Alumni Association goes to work to raise money for the $90-some-odd thousand that they're handing out tonight. That's for you, and that mug is a representative of that. So down the line, and I'm not recommending that you drink coffee, I do, but when you drink your coffee or your tea or hot water or juice or whatever you put in that mug, I want you to remember that there is a group that's behind you, that supports you and wants to see you do well. That's what that mug should mean to you. I congratulate you all. I wish you well. I'll see you tomorrow morning at the graduation. Enjoy tonight. That's it.
Thank you, Patrick, very, very much. And now, let's give out some scholarships. The first scholarship is a double scholarship. It's given out to their own classical boy. It's called the Angelo and Peter Stavro Scholarship. It was established probably about 11 years now by Peter Stavro. Peter Stavro graduated from classical, I believe it was in 1933. He went on to Drexel University and had the misfortune to be unable financially to finish his first year at Drexel. So he had to take time off, he had to go to work, he had to earn money so he could continue, which he did. Because of that circumstance in his life, when he became very, very successful, he came to a graduation, he came to an awards night because his nephew, Bill Dragon, was the speaker at graduation that year. And he was so impressed by what he saw the Alumni Association doing in terms of scholarship funding for classical students, he decided to endow a scholarship fund that would go to one male and one female each year. He established that scholarship fund with $250,000. And he did it so that as long as there was a Lchs Classical High School, there would be an Angelo and Peter Stavro scholarship to help make sure that no classical student going on to college would have to suffer through what he did in terms of having to give up in the middle of his first year because he couldn't afford to finish that year. So this evening, The Angelo and Peter Statler Scholarship is being awarded to Ellie Kellenbaye as the male recipient. And to Jessica Cahill as the class recipient. The next scholarship is the Kathleen M. Costin Memorial Scholarship. Presenting the scholarship tonight is Nick Costin, former classical principal and one of the founding fathers of the Alumni Association.
Congratulations to all the award winners tonight. Congratulations on a great high school career. I'd like to thank Paul and Jerry for the tremendous job they've done over many, many years in organizing and running the Classical High Alumni Association. And really is a credit. Paul mentioned first year in existence, 10 scholarships, $500 a piece. That's what the association had. They give out $90,000 tonight as a tribute to their hard work of Gene and hard work of all the recipients. So congratulations to all.
Thank you for the kind words, Nick, but I do want to repeat once again that, we got to say who's calls. The winner is Tamaya Walker. The John J. Alacudo Scholarship, actually Memorial Scholarship. I had Jay as a student, and then later on as a colleague working at Classical High School. He's dearly missed, and that's being presented by Justinia Gator, his daughter. And the recipient is Andrew Fabian Mendoza. The next scholarship is the Leonard Banos and Janice Kapoulis Banos Scholarship, being awarded to Victoria Adams. Here's our winning pitcher. Yes. Those are not dirty tear marks. Congratulations on both the scholarship and the victory.
Thank you.
The Jessica Ball Family Scholarship is being awarded to Christina Lemus Montanez. Congratulations. The John and Anita Kalapinski Carroll Scholarship is being awarded to Elliot Boodham. Congratulations. The Family Scholarship is being awarded to Izar Lad. Izar Lad. Lisa, Alisa, Anisha, Aisha. See what happens when you have old ears? The Class of 57 back scholarship, this has to be awarded at the request of Mr. Bax to a student who gives an exorbitant amount of time to volunteerism during her high school career, either within the school itself or within the community. And the back scholarship this evening is being awarded to Saray Anthana Check. Is Steve up in here? No. The Grace F. Grace F. Phillips Scholarship. This, let's do the Class of 50. The Grace F. Phillips Scholarship is being awarded this year to Jocelyn Reynoso. The Class of 1966 Scholarship is being awarded to Emily Silva. Mr. Upton, who I just asked if he was here a little bit ago, he usually comes up and he presents both the Phillips, because that's part of his family, and also the Class of 1966. And he always has a request that he makes to you, the recipients of the scholarship awards this year. His request is a very simple one. It's a request that, please, when you have reached that point in your life where you are successful, please, as an individual, a part of a member of a class within Classical High School, remember your roots and give back to those who are in need as you are tonight. So keep his words in mind, please. The Class of 1967 Scholarship is being awarded this year to Kenneth Vogt, presented by Class Trustees, Pat Anthony. No words? Okay. Not only is she one of the member of the Board of Trustees, but she's also a retired Lynn Classical High School teacher, taught in the business department. The Class of 2009 Scholarship this year is being presented to Kathy Nguyen. Kathy. The Amito Family Scholarship this year is being presented to Crystal Vega Extra.
That's the system.
Carol Carter Memorial Scholarship. This year is being presented to Alpha Noam. The Walter A. Cuff Jr. Memorial Scholarship was established by the family of Walter. Walter was a retired Lynn Classical teacher, guidance counselor, very, very successful individual who did a lot for the city of Lynn. And his scholarship is being awarded to Janessa Fernandez. The next scholarship is the John J. Cushing Jr. Memorial Scholarship, being awarded to Samantha Dunn, being presented by John's wife, Julie.
Congratulations to all of you. It was one of my husband's priorities in life in raising his children, that he would be able to provide the best education possible for them. And we are lucky enough that two of our sons are corporate attorneys. One of them has a doctorate in education, and he did miss that last conferring of degree, but I know he would be extremely proud to have a scholarship in his name being offered tonight. He was a proud LCHS graduate and never ever forgot it. And I hope that we will be able to say that of you after tomorrow, that you will not forget CHS.
Thank you. Just to bring Sean's legacy a little closer to you, the recipients tonight. When you enter the front door at Lynn Classical High School, you see on your left-hand side, we call them the ladies of Lynn Classical High School. And if you look on, as you're going down the corridor towards the parking lot, you see two more ladies. Those ladies were originally a gift to the Classical High School by one of the 1920s classes. And they fell into a very bad state of disrepair. And it was John, along with Paulette Langoni, a teacher at Classical, and the husband of Mrs. Hazelton, also a teacher at Classical, who refinished those to what you see today. And then if you look at the corridor going down towards the cafeteria, on your right-hand side you see those 24 tablets representing Alexander's triumphant entry into not Macedonia, into Babylon. Those were also, John played an instrumental part in having those refurbished. So every time you see those four ladies, you look at those 24 tablets, that was made possible by John Cushing. So thank you, John. Also, the Dempsey Family Scholarship. This is being awarded to Yosu Blas.
Oh yeah, John.
The Karen Tamanen Dickey Memorial Scholarship being awarded to Giovanni Ortez. Giovanni. Dragon Jr. Student Athlete Scholarship is being awarded this evening to Juanita Couvet. This is my favorite scholarship. The Driscoll Family Scholarship. It's being awarded to Dow P. Nguyen. Now I'm going to tell you why. Thank you. I'm going to tell you why that's my favorite scholarship. The Driscoll Family Scholarship came into existence at Lynn Classical High School approximately, actually it was 6 years ago. At the time, Bill Frost was the classical principal, and he is related to the Driscoll family. Now, the Driscoll family was going to give a scholarship. They decided to give a scholarship. They funded $30,000, and it was to be awarded each year at, I believe, $1,000. Here's the interesting part. The Driscoll family has no connection whatsoever to Lynn Classical High School. No connection. But yet they gave $30,000 because they had heard Bill Frost, Mr. Frost, talk so often about the great job that the Lynn Classical Alumni Association does in scholarshiping that they decided that they would make a donation. Now here's the thing. They all went to Lynn English High School. I love this scholarship. The Michelle Durgan Memorial Scholarship is a two-part scholarship being awarded this year to Lisa Hobbythorne and Sabrina Pong. The Durgan family has played a big part in the educational system in West Lynn. Michelle was involved for a number of years at St. Mary's High School. Matt Durgan was a prime football coach at Lynn Classical High School. And Maura Durgan is now the principal of the alternative school down on the Commons on the old Lynn Classical High School. The EDIC of Lynn Scholarship this year is going to Brianna Padeas. The EDIC, for those of you who don't know, recognize the initials, that's the Economic Development Corporation for the City of Lynn, headed by classical graduate. That's what it stands for. The Arthur and Barbara Elkin Scholarship this year is going to Cindy Robert. The Buddy Fennell Memorial Scholarship is also a two-part scholarship, and it's being awarded. The female is Christina Hayner. Christina. And the male is Vincent Nawoki. That scholarship is made possible by former Mass representative for the city of Lynn, Robert Fennell, in memory of his dad. So with the Patricia M. Flynn Scholarship, it's Diana Hernandez. The GE Fund Scholarship is it's awarded. It's also a double scholarship. It has to be awarded to one male and one female. And the male is Travis Ryan. And the female is Rose Alcindor. That scholarship has evolved into a scholarship where it's awarded with the input of the selection committee, which is, I said, is made up of 4 classical staff, to be presented to a male and female who represent Mr. and Mrs. Lynn Mr. and Miss Lynn Classical High School. So. They all-around great students, and congratulations. The selection committee chose you too for that particular scholarship. Thank you. The Helen Callahan Gregorian Scholarship this year is being awarded to Brian Lopez Avali.
Give them, yeah, Morgan cell phones and scribbles under
My other daughter Susan, yes she is. She has arrived. Okay. The Hogan Family Scholarship, which is a new scholarship this year, is awarded to Edwin Rodriguez Rivera, being presented by Susan Hogan.
Congratulations to everyone tonight. Have a wonderful day tomorrow. Again, I heeded the words of Mr. Upton, and with the help of classical and the great education I got, I'm very successful today and in paying it back to you guys. So hope you have a great education through college and be excellent. Thank you.
The John Holmes Scholarship has been awarded to Stephen Sang. And this scholarship is another example of a Lynn Classical educator, retired educator, making a scholarship possible. He's continuing to aid the students of Lynn Classical High School even until his retirement. So thank you, John. The Independent Order of Odd Fellows Scholarship this year goes to Nicholas Labella. The James Hebrew Memorial Scholarship is being presented this year to Eldon Lamb by Francis and Hoover. The Sallow Kluger Memorial Scholarship this year is going to Katas Herrera. The Dorsey Gamache Kekona Scholarship this evening is being presented to Carolyn DeLeon. The Nancy A. Noggle Landris Scholarship this evening is being presented to Kelly Bibb. The Armand J. LeBlanc Memorial Scholarship is being presented to Ventura. I'm sorry, I just can't get my tongue around your first name. This person here. Tiana Ventura. Congratulations. The Light Rain Foundation Jerry Meehan Class of 81 Scholarship is going to Brian Palma Florida. The Ellen J. Mahoney Memorial Scholarship. Is there anyone here present too? Yeah. The Ellen J. Mahoney Memorial Scholarship this year is being presented to Isabella D'Amelio. Thank you. Now, okay, the attorney, no, the Basil N. Manias Scholarship, Manias, is being pronounced to Nancy Lopez, is being pronounced. Is being presented to Nancy Lopez Mendez. Nancy, Basil. Okay. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Basil, because he's one of my favorite sponsors. Basil retired from the Lynn Police Department in 1990-something with the rank of captain. Thank you for your service to the city of Lynn, Basil. The attorney Eli G. Mavros Memorial Scholarship this year is going to Tao Nguyen. The Peter Mazarius Family Scholarship this year is being presented to Veronica Amaka. Veronica. Victoria. Peter Mazarius was the first, he was one of the founding fathers of the Alumni Association. He was the first president of the Alumni Association, served for a number of years. The Francis C. McCarthy Memorial Scholarship this year is going to Mary Mill Gonzalez, being presented by
Congratulations to all of you. Francis McCarthy was my uncle. He would be so proud that there's a scholarship awarded in his name. He worked for the Lynn Public Schools for 35 years as a custodian. He was a strong believer in education. Congratulations.
Thank you. Good luck. The Makitas Family Scholarship this year is being awarded to Georgios Parasis. Just to let you know that the Makitas Family Scholarship is sponsored by Peter Makitas, who runs. If you look at the name and spell it backwards, it's Sidekick. They provided the food for you people here tonight. Peter was a graduate of the class of 1983. The David and Samantha Morales Scholarship this year is being presented to Resvenia Payan Peralta. We're going to do two separate scholarship presentation right now. One is the Giovanello Family Scholarship, which is going to Veronica Verdini. And the second one is the Maureen A. Mukian Memorial Scholarship, which is going to Kala Abad and the being presented by the mother of Christian Giovanello and Maureen Mukian, Kathleen Connell. That's hers. Some way. Excellence Scholarship. This year is being presented, this is a new scholarship this year being presented to Azinia Walcott. Being presented by Elaine Cadigan.
Maybe I haven't done one again.
The Saul Pennell Family Scholarship. Limia is being presented to Limia Abdel Karim. The Peter Pedro Junior Family Scholarship. This is a dual scholarship. Peter makes possible two scholarships. The first is going to Diana Aquino de Leon. And the second one is going to Jonathan Chase. Peter Pedro was a graduate class, I believe, of 1980, 85. So was my daughter Susan, 85, I left that out. And so we thank Peter for these two scholarships. The next one is the Louis and Zoe Pappas Scholarship going to Haitem LaRusi. The Alexander Podlecki Scholarship. He is a graduate class of 81, my class. He is, and the recipient is Elvin Chim. 61. Y'all didn't know you come to a comedy show tonight, did you? The Rose Quinn Scholarship. This is kind of interesting. It's going to Quinn Winkler. So the Quinn Scholarship is going to Quinn. The Dr. Edward Rafferty Scholarship is going to Jessica Hano. Dr. Rafferty, he's the dean of the Lchs Classical Alumni Association. He is the oldest, as far as I know, he's the oldest living member of the trustees. And the Doris Martino Sapoy Scholarship is going to Rich Esteban, being presented by Stan Sapoy. Yeah?
Thank you. Just a brief word. This is also called the Brickyard Scholarship, and it's awarded to a student who lives within the Brickyard confines. If you're not familiar with Brickyard, please look it up on your Wikipedia, because it's very much like what Lchs Classical is today. The It was the melting pot of my mother and father's generation back in the 40s when they went to Lynn Classical. So that's very important. My mother raised 7 graduates of Lynn Classical out of the 9 kids, and we gave this scholarship to her. We presented it to her on Mother's Day while she was still with us. And we honored her and continue to honor her for 13 years now to a deserving student. And we hope that much has been given to you, much is expected. So please give that.
Thank you, Tim. The Bernice E. Smith Memorial Scholarship this year is going to Alondra Mora Freeman. The Frederick R. Smith Scholarship this year is being awarded to Anita Lee. Anita. The David Solomini Family Scholarship this year is being awarded to Gisela Casales Fernandez. The Stafford Family Scholarship this year is being awarded to Jafari Peterson, being presented by my daughter.
All right, so class of 2018. Way to go. So I was just thinking, 2018, you're all about 18 years old, right? Turning 18 this year, that means you were born in the turn of the new millennium. Wow. Y2K was 18 years ago? When did that happen? So anyway, I want to just congratulate all of you. You were born in a great time in history, the turn of a new millennium. So great things definitely, I know, are going to happen for all of you. I just want to take a quick moment. Maybe I'll make it quick. I just got to give a shout out to these two that you see at the podium. You have no idea the amount of work and effort and time and blood and sweat and yes, sometimes tears that goes into producing this evening for you. It started many years ago. My father has been president now for I don't even know how long, and my mom the treasurer, and she seriously keeps him in line. And it all started back in about 1960 at Lynn Classical High School. Right? They met outside room 202. He was a pimply-faced, gawky, geeky, goofy looking kind of guy. Met this super cute, adorable, little bit on the shy side kind of girl. They were brought together by a friend of hers who wanted to go out on a date, but her mother wouldn't let her go out on a date alone, so she had to have another date go with her and convince my father to go with my mother. And the rest, as they say, is history. All four of my, I have three, there are actually three siblings. I have two sisters and a brother. We all are graduates of Lynn Classical High School. Their first grandson is at Lynn Graduate High School, and another granddaughter is at Lynn Graduate High School. Grand blood all day long. So thank you guys. I appreciate all the hard work you put into getting where you are. And I'll leave you with the words I've always left my son. Go out, have fun, be safe, and make good choices.
Oh, God. Well, she opened the door, so I'm gonna finish up by telling you the end of the story. Yeah, my wife and I, we're classical high school sweethearts. The only reason we got together in the beginning is because Shirley said her best friend's mother wouldn't let her go out alone. She had a double date with another couple. I don't know if the mother expected that would prevent, but evidently she thought something. So that's how we met. Now, we have lasted 58 years this month. Her girlfriend and my best buddy, Dawn, they didn't even last that 1 year of classical stuff. Yeah, it was meant to be. No, my wife just approached me. She said, that's it. No, it isn't. Because I got to tell you something. The end. I got to tell you the end of the story. We met outside of 222. A number of years ago, my good friend over there, Mr. Alumni, he said, have you got your grave plot yet? And I said, Dave, what do you know about me that I don't know? He said, well, the cemetery's selling them cheap. You might want to go up and take a look at one. So we did. So we went up, we looked at it, we bought it. Dave came back a couple of weeks later, he said, come on, I'll take you up and show you your plot. I said, okay, so we went up there. And we went up to this new area that had just opened up, and there's our plot. You know what the number is? Plot number 202. We met outside of 202, and we're going to finish eternity in 202. That's the whole story. Now, back to the night. The Carol Clark Sullivan Scholarship is going to Sydney St. Ives. The Nicole E. Tranfaglia Memorial Scholarship. Is there a, yes, I know some of us still in double duty. If I had known that, we would have pulled. Okay. It's being presented this evening to Diana Murillo. Diana? The Volo Family Scholarship, made possible by classical graduate Michael Volo, once again a member of the class of '85, goes to Sean Surratt Jr. The Robert A. Witcher Memorial Scholarship this year goes to Matthew Gisono. Matthew? Robert Witcher was a Lynn classical teacher, outstanding baseball coach, and well-known football umpire. During his career at Glasgow High School, also served as a guidance counselor. And his family decided when he passed that they would like to establish a memorial, and they do every year. So thank you to the Lchs family. The Warren F. White Junior Scholarship this year is going to Ashley Lchs. Mr. White, Warren was also a past principal of Glasgow High School, who decided upon leaving that he would establish a scholarship to be given to a Glasgow student each year. The Ms. Margaret M. Wren Scholarship this year is going to Cameron Greenleaf. Cameron. The second Zimmern Brothers Student Athlete Scholarship is being presented to Lila Nguyen. Lila? The remaining scholarships, I'm going to announce the names all at once. If you could all come up, that's what we do. All come up and be presented, because these are alumni scholarships. The alumni each year gives out another scholarships based on how successful our fundraising activities were. This year, it has allowed us to give out the scholarships to 2, 4, 6, 8, it's like 10 classical seniors. So the alumni scholarships, Selena Chow. Sarah Sharois. Sarah. Timothy Gary. Just to let you know, Sarah has been accepted for admissions into the United States Naval Academy. As far as I know, and I may be wrong in this, because as far as I know, she is the first classical senior graduate to be so honored. Congratulations, Sarah. Continuing, it's Catherine Rubio Lazar. Chan Oli Peng. Latana Pong. Elizabeth Spiritus. Crisleni Arias Perida. And Jocelyn Garcia. Now, before I turn the mic over to Mr. Constantino, great principal, I'm glad he's decided to stick around for a little while longer. I really am, Chief. I want to give the wife over to my wife. This is totally unexpected, because she has something to say to you about dates. She has something to say to you about dates and what, and obligations. You want me to do? Okay. Okay. The reason I'm holding on to the mic instead of presenting it to Gene is because I want to make sure all of you hear what I'm going to say. Look, inside those envelopes, there are some very, very, very important instructions in terms of what you, the recipients, have to do over the next 2 weeks to receive your checks in due time, in a fast time. Please read the instructions. Please follow them up. Don't take this envelope home with you tonight and throw it on top of your bureau and forget it for the next 3 weeks. Okay? Read it, understand it, please carry out, please make the dates and times that are required of you. If you have any questions whatsoever, please make a phone call to our home. The envelope includes the number, plus you also have a phone number on the notice that we gave you back a couple of weeks ago at the meeting at Glasgow. If you fail to follow those instructions, it will delay getting the checks out to you, thus getting the checks out to the schools. If you change your mind and don't go to the school that when you receive your check that it's made out to, please tell us. Don't hold on to checks, okay? Because the checks are only good for this school year. So if you change your mind and decide you're going to go to another school, get in touch with us right away because we have to cut a new check for you. Okay, these checks are only good for your tuition, your room and board, and to reduce either student loans or work study if you're getting work study programs. So please follow directions. Any questions, please call us. And now I want to turn the microphone over to Mr. Constantino.
I want to congratulate everyone, all the recipients, and all of the parents, especially for letting us have your children here for 4 years at Classical High School. You've done a tremendous job. We are very, very honored that we have an alumni association like no other alumni association. And tomorrow, at about 11 o'clock, you're all eligible to join. We want you all to join and be part of our alumni. And I know that all of the people that talked about giving back, I know you will. I know you'll become very successful, and I know that you will give back to your school and to your city. And some of you, we hope, go on to be great teachers, like we had in the past. There were people presenting tonight that were teachers. We need some of you to come back and educate our young teachers, our young students going forward. So we hope you consider education as a field for your future. It's a great thing. First, I want to thank Mr. Stafford for reading all the names because he's very, very brave. I would never do that. So congratulations for really trying to do a wonderful job with all of the names. That is something that Ms. Dunn would be doing right now. If I had that task, I would give it to Ms. Dunn. But the Staffords, as you know tonight, that the Stafford family's here. Paul and Jerry have been a big part of my life at Lchs Classical High School. Well, actually, when I did my student teaching, Paul was one of the teachers that I had to go in his room and observe and to do what he did. And I can tell you, no one ever came late to Mr. Stafford's class. They always were on time. Now, that's what I learned from him, is that he set the tone in a positive way and encouraged all of his students and mentored all of his students. And you're going to hear from one of those tomorrow at your graduation ceremony, a person that Mr. Stafford had mentored. Going forward, we're here to celebrate. We're also here to thank. The Staffords have decided that they're going to retire at the end of this year. We know that they'll be part of the classical family. They'll continue to help us in every way. But the amount of work and hours and effort that they put into this program for you guys, they don't take a penny. Every dollar that comes into the Alumni Association goes back to our students. And Paul and Jerry Stafford have done a tremendous job with that. And we're going to miss all of the times that we've had to meet and put these things together. So round of applause for them again. And the biggest thing that you can do to thank them is to get in and get all the paperwork straightened out for Mrs. Stafford. She sits in the office. She'll have a spot for you when you come in, process all your paperwork. Please don't forget to do that. Again, thank you everyone for a wonderful evening, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.
Before you go, I just want to say, as you can tell, our whole life has been tied up in some regard with Lynn Classical High School. It's always been, and it will continue to be in some form or another, a labor of love from both of us. For me, Lynn Classical High School has given me the ride of my life. It's given me my wife, it's given me my kids, it's given me my grandkids. It's just such a part of our life. And on my tombstone, I wanted to put, we did it for the kids. Thank you.